This is the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services.
A lot of firms out there say they will do tax planning, say they will do Social Security planning and RMD planning, and typically they just do investment management. They want your money.
You've worked hard your whole life to earn and save. Now you need a plan to make that money work hard for you.
Where do you stand today with your retirement accounts, with your insurance, with Social Security, RMDs, taxes, all of it? This is how we need to think. We need to think outside of the box on these matters.
Abe is here to help you unlock the keys to your retirement.
I want to ask you about 401ks because, I feel like everybody I know has one or something similar. Vanguard says that a third of Americans don't even contribute enough to their 401k to get the company match. Now, I'm assuming that these people don't realize that they are missing out on free money. We talk here on this program about the complimentary services that you offer, like the full portfolio analysis process you do for your clients there at Abish Financial Services. Is there a similar review process that you have for 401ks or other retirement accounts so that we can ensure we're getting the most out of these accounts?
Absolutely, Heather. We can specifically provide 401k analysis on those 401k accounts specifically. And our team of licensed advisors, we use various pieces of software. One of them is called Riskalyze. And what we do, Heather, is we take someone's 401k or TSP or IRA or brokerage account, whatever you're holding, and we look at the latest statements or at least have your holdings, and we put those into the software, and then it gives us a speed limit. It lets us know how much risk we're actually taking, and for X amount of risk, are we getting rewarded with the return that we would be happy with, or are we not? Right? And then how much are these funds costing us? What are the fees and expenses? And what is the risk level? It gives you a speed limit between 1 and 100. So it's pretty cool. It's very easy to understand. And that's what our clients like about a lot of the reporting and the planning that we do is we're able to keep complex things simple and explain these things to people, Heather, in a way that they can understand. Because if you don't understand the analysis and you get this big binder full of 200 pages of charts and graphs, well, you know what? That's a bunch of fluff. And no one wants a 200-page, 3-ring binder with charts and graphs you're not going to understand that makes the advisor look smart and you look dumb.
Right.
That's pretty dumb, I think. So instead, instead our reporting is pretty simple but powerful and easy enough to understand for people that they can make sound, educated decisions on whether to make changes or whether to stay. How could you make a change if you don't have a current compass check on how you're invested and what your plan looks like? So absolutely, I would recommend taking advantage of those 401k analyses. We just had a couple call into the show, and they live in Loudoun County and South Carolina down in the Hilton Head area. They're business owners here in the area. They're in their mid to late 50s. They've saved about $1 million, but they also have a business in the area that's thriving and doing really well. So they're catching up a little bit, if you will, on their savings for retirement. They've got stuff all over the place, Heather. They have 401k plans. They have some IRAs. They've got some life insurance. They've got, plans at work. They've got a brokerage account at Fidelity and different places. And first off, they had no plan, right? Their stuff was everywhere.
Right.
So they wanted an analysis, right? A compass check on how they're currently invested, where all the money is. And one of their problems we found, Heather, was, everyone says to be asset diversified, to have asset allocation in your portfolio. And that's super important because we don't want all of our eggs in one basket. But just as important as asset allocation is, Heather, asset location is very important as well. And what that means is, where are the physical dollars? Like, are they in IRAs, pre-tax IRAs? Are they in 401ks where we're going to have to pay the tax down the road? Are the funds in life insurance policies or Roth IRAs where we never have to pay the tax down the road if these accounts are structured properly? So where are the assets located, and what will your tax bill look like when you retire, and how will that impact your income? So we unpacked all of that for them. We put together a comprehensive written retirement income plan that addressed all of their insurances, taxes, retirement dollars, and for the first time in their life, with about 10 years or less away till they fully retire, they have a plan to keep them on track from now until they fully retire.
So those of us who have saved to a retirement account do it because we want to create that source for income in the years after we've left the working world behind. If only we could all do it as well as Bobby Bonilla did. The former major leaguer has been retired for 20 years, and every July for 25 years, Mr. Bonilla receives a check from the New York Mets for more than $1 million. And that's because his agent, Dennis Gilbert, he negotiated a deal in which Bonilla agreed to defer part of his salary.
I'm a big believer in deferred compensation, and we recommend that for attorneys, doctors, and everybody. Remember, it's not what you make or what you have, it's what you keep. And deferred compensation helps you keep your money.
Gilbert told Yahoo Finance that the Mets originally owed Bonilla $5.9 million, but the deferred comp is going to boost that now to $30 million. And I feel like this is a perfect example of, one, why we need to have a plan, and two, the value of having a financial professional like you, Abe, to help us create that plan. Because the flip side of this story, it comes from a Transamerica study that shows 3 in 4 workers are missing a major step in their planning process for their retirement, and that step is having that written plan that you are always talking about. And the study warns that you're flying blind if you don't have that written plan. So why is this so critical? And then how can we work to create that income plan like Bobby Bonilla did?
Heather, you are flying blind. If you don't have a plan to help you cross over from your working career into retirement, and then not just get to retirement, but get through retirement, if you don't have a plan, how in the world do you know where you're going? Right. And that's why we nickname that GPS for your retirement. You actually have a plan that we can follow and track and measure every single year. And if you don't have a plan and you're a successful do-it-yourself investor or working with an advisor elsewhere, and you don't have a written plan to help you get to retirement and through retirement, you're really missing out. And how in the world can that person help you track and measure the success and probabilities of a great outcome for you in retirement without it?
Right.
You can't. Right? It's
Yep.
pretty much impossible. So I'll tell you what, Bobby Bonilla made an excellent decision, and he would have had a huge tax day back in the past had he taken all that money up front. Instead, he deferred it, and I think he won that bet.
Yeah.
Right? And he's
To
done,
say the least,
he's done very well. But man, what if you could receive that type of income in retirement, Heather? You know, that essentially this guaranteed annuity he's received from the Mets organization over the last 20 to 25 years. The Bobby Bonilla Day on July 1st, guaranteed annuity payout of $1 million per year. What if you could receive your own version of a Bobby Bonilla, guaranteed annuity payout in your retirement? Well, you can. But you need a written retirement income plan because that type of deal for you in retirement may not be right for you. You may not need to set something up like that in your plan because maybe you have a guaranteed annuity pension through the government. Right. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you have a private pension, and with Social Security and other things, you don't need to add some type of vehicle like that into your plan. Well, you don't know until you actually sit down with somebody and they run the math for you and they go through everything you have to help you determine what you actually need. Right? And that should be a fiduciary firm who's providing you recommendations and advice without conflict of interest, meaning they can say, Heather, hey, here's the whole menu, everything in the market, everything out of the market. You choose based on everything you told us, based on your risk tolerance, goals and objectives in retirement. We're not married to certain products or investments. No, a fiduciary shouldn't operate that way.
Right.
And legally can't operate that way.
Okay.
So that's the way we operate, is to put the plan together and then let the clients choose what's going to help them sleep best at night. Right. So they don't have to worry about money, so they don't have to worry about income in retirement. And one of the ways that you can alleviate this stress in retirement is by simply creating an income plan. And in that income plan, when you're working, I know our working incomes aren't guaranteed, but if you've got a good job and you love it and you're working for a good company, that income can be very predictable.
Right.
And so in retirement, we want income that's predictable, that's perhaps guaranteed, but certainly reliable, dependable, something where we can go to the mailbox every 2 weeks and know that deposit is going to be there, that it's not going to fluctuate big time with the stock market. No, we can't afford that in retirement. We need predictability so we can go out and do all the things we want to do in retirement. And that's really how we help people. And when you're helping someone do this, they have to have this mindset shift, though.
Okay.
And a lot of people will continue to invest like they're 30 and 40 years old.
Yeah.
They don't get it. They don't get the shift in terms of, investing all for growth when they should be investing for growth and income. Why? Because your working paychecks will stop and you need to generate income in retirement. So it's super important, Heather, that in your written retirement income plan, you start asset shifting from just growth to growth and income so you can create that predictable, reliable, dependable income in retirement. So you have that quote unquote moat around the castle,
right,
and that protection wrapped around your plan heading into retirement.
Thanks for listening to the Retirement Key Podcast with Abe Abish. To learn more about Abish Financial Services, visit retirementkeyradio.com and join Abe for his radio show, The Retirement Key, Saturdays at 2 p.m. on WMAL.
Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Abraham Abish is licensed in your state, please call 571-577-9968. Abish Financial Services is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Abraham Abish, NPM number 770-3575.